I need to tell you something that might completely shatter everything you've been taught about spirituality, religion, and your relationship with the divine. You are loved unconditionally. Not when you're good, not when you follow all the rules, not when you're perfect. Always, no matter what you've done, said, or been. The God, source, universe, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't judge you. It never has. It never will. The only judgment happening is the judgment you're placing on yourself. And that judgment is keeping you in a prison of guilt, shame, and fear that was never real to begin with. I know this might sound radical, especially if you grew up in religious environments that taught you about Judgment Day, punishment, and conditional love. But think about this logically. If Source is infinite love, how can infinite love judge? If the universe is pure consciousness, how can consciousness condemn part of itself? Neil Donald Walsh, in Conversations with God, shares this profound truth. God loves you exactly as you are, and God loves you too much to let you stay that way if you're not happy. There's no anger, no disappointment, no punishment waiting for you. There's only love calling you back to remembering who you really are. Here's what I've realised. We carry around so much guilt and shame for things we've done, mistakes we've made, people we've hurt. We think we're being spiritually responsible by punishing ourselves, by believing we deserve to suffer for our past actions. But that suffering isn't serving anyone, including the people we might have hurt. Marianne Williamson explains that guilt is just the ego's attempt to keep you small and separate from love. Every moment you spend in guilt is a moment you're not available to be the love that you truly are. Every moment you spend believing you're unworthy is a moment you're not showing up as the magnificent being you came here to be. But here's the question everyone asks. If there's no judgment, wouldn't the world descend into chaos? Wouldn't people just do terrible things without consequence? And here's the beautiful truth. No, it wouldn't. Because deep down, at your core, you are love. You are goodness. You are pure. Think about babies. No baby is born racist, homophobic, or hateful. No child comes into this world wanting to hurt others. They're born pure love, pure curiosity, pure joy. It's only through conditioning, family patterns, societal programming, religious indoctrination, trauma, that we learn to behave in ways that aren't aligned with our true nature. Rumi knew this when he wrote, "Let yourself be silently drawn by the strange pull of what you really love. It will not lead you astray. Your authentic self, your true nature, naturally gravitates toward love, kindness, connection, and service. When you're aligned with who you really are, you don't want to hurt others because it feels terrible to you. Have you ever noticed what happens when you're mean to someone? Maybe for a split second it feels powerful or justified. But then what? You feel awful. Your body contracts. Your energy drops. That's not guilt imposed from outside. That's your inner guidance system telling you this isn't who you are. On the flip side, when you're kind, when you help someone, when you love generously, how do you feel? Expanded, energized, alive. That's your true nature recognizing itself. That's your soul saying, yes, this is who I am. Matt Kahn teaches that unconditional love doesn't mean unconditional approval of behavior. Source loves you completely while also supporting your evolution. When you do something that's not aligned with love, the consequence isn't punishment. It's the natural discomfort that guides you back to alignment. The fear that people would become monsters without judgment comes from the belief that humans are fundamentally bad. But what if that's backwards? What if we act badly because we believe we're bad? What if shame and guilt actually create more harmful behaviour, not less? when you truly know you're loved unconditionally, when you remember your divine nature, you naturally want to express that divinity. You don't need external rules to tell you not to hurt others. It feels wrong in your body to hurt others because you recognize them as part of yourself. Ram Dass used to say, "We're all just walking each other home." We're all on this journey of remembering who we really are. Sometimes we get lost, sometimes we make mistakes, sometimes we hurt each other. But none of that changes our fundamental nature, and none of that puts us outside the circle of love. A Course in Miracles teaches that there are only two emotions, love and fear. Everything that's not loving comes from fear. Fear of not being enough. Fear of not having enough. Fear of not being loved. When you know you're unconditionally loved, that fear dissolves and only love remains. Here's what I want you to understand. You don't have to earn love. You don't have to prove your worthiness. You don't have to be perfect to deserve compassion. You are love expressing itself in human form. And love cannot be anything other than lovable. All that guilt you're carrying for your past, it's not serving you or anyone else. All that shame about who you've been, it's keeping you from becoming who you're meant to be. All that fear about judgment, it's blocking you from experiencing the unconditional love that's always been surrounding you. Paramahansa Yogananda said, "You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world." When you believe you're fundamentally flawed, when you live in guilt and shame, when you hide from your magnificence because you think you don't deserve it, you're robbing the world of your gifts. The path back home isn't about becoming worthy of love. It's about remembering that you've never not been worthy of love. It's not about earning forgiveness. It's about realizing there was nothing to forgive. It's not about proving yourself to God. It's about recognizing that God has never seen you as anything other than perfect. Your inner guidance system knows right from wrong, not because of external rules, but because you are love, and love naturally aligns with what serves the highest good. When you trust that, when you remember who you really are, you don't need judgment to keep you in line. You have something much more powerful. The pull of your own divine nature calling you home to love. I will leave you with this analogy. If you are running a tap and you fill up a cup and just pour it on the ground wastefully, does the tap stop flowing in disgust? No. If you do it once again, does it stop flowing? No. If you did it 1,000,000 times, would it stop flowing? The answer again is no. That is God's love for you. However many mistakes you think you make, the universe's love continues to flood upon you, always. Don't ever forget that. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonates, drop us a heart to show you have made it till the end. These videos are made as a guide to help you reconnect with knowledge kept within you. Take what resonates within you and release the rest. Follow the page for more content, or buy my 100 messages from the Universe book for daily guidance. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep shining your light.